Sacked 3 times.
Going solar with 320 may cost you nothing down. But the work we do is not a $0 job. With a 10-year roof penetration warranty and solar panels guaranteed for 25 years, you can have peace of mind knowing we will do the job right every time without question. .320 Solar. Power up.
Evolution. Sports Talk Television live here nightly. All Bucs report. It's the Sports Lab. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about on tonight's show. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Will you shut up and be quiet? So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fall to 3-2 as they lose to the Chicago Bears 20-19. We're live from the Deck Bar and Grill. It's the Sports Web, the evolution of Sports Talk Television. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with editor-in-chief here of Bucs Report, Mr. Philip Schwegler. Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy in the house, best of the Bay, Cup of Ray. We talked about it. Hats off to the Chicago Bears. But, you go back and we talked about it. If you allow that defense to get enough pressure on Brady, not only are you going to hit him and frustrate him and have a situation where he's off balance, but also then he starts rushing his throws. Honestly, to tell you the truth, the second to last drive where you're taking off 16 seconds off the clock, I really don't understand that. If you believe in your defense, why are you throwing the ball? Why not run the ball with a victim of volume in Ronald Jones, who had 100 rushing yards tonight? Why not take it down if you believe in your defense? That's neither here nor there. When their defense had to make a stop, they couldn't make a stop, and then the clock ran out.
Yeah, I think the real thing that beat this Buccaneers team here in that fourth quarter there at the last little stretch was what? The wheel route, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the life of me, whether it's Todd Bowles or Mike Smith or Floyd Peters or Monty Kiffin, is there any way in the world that our defense can stop a wheel route? Because it's coming. You see it's coming. I get it's designed, but you have Shaq Barrett. It's a mismatch nightmare, but it's like, how do you set yourself up for a wheel route? And they got beat all night long on the wheel route, it was reminiscent of 2018 Tampa Bay, Ray.
Well, that's what we talk about, taking a team's strengths, which for the Buccaneers, they were applying that pressure and go ahead and running a wheel route because it's so easy to drop in behind them in different places because we're applying that pressure. But yeah, it's just it was reminiscent of 2018 and Mitch Trubisky and those wheel routes.
Yeah, Foles in this game, 30 for 42, 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Of course, that was earlier on in the game, and Carlton Davis. I looked to you, I looked to both of you guys, and I said, the Bucs didn't deserve to win this game because not only did they give up sacks and hurries, and Brady was rushed all night long in that second half. Credit to where credit is due. Khalil Mack, 2 sacks in this game. Once again, Donovan Smith, please show some effort to a certain degree. I even the commentator and Troy Aikman said he made it so easy for him to get the inside pressure. He just olays them, and that's just not going to win. It doesn't matter what quarterback you have if you're not protecting him. You're not protecting that quarterback. It's not going to work out for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, a penalty or a tackle for loss. You're giving up extra yards that you don't need to give up. I mean, you saw Tom Brady on that last sack he had. He just looked at Donovan Smith like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? You have one job, is to protect Tom Brady. And you definitely saw the pressure was definitely getting to him in that last quarter there.
I'll tell you what, let's go out to the phone lines. Let's see if we can get our first call for the night. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. You're on with yours truly, along with Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, and Philip Schwegler, editor-in-chief of Bucs Report.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing great, buddy. Doing great. Tough loss here, but Bucs only have to blame themselves. Too many critical mistakes. Yeah, too many critical mistakes, too many penalties. Although I will say this, let's get this out of the way because we'll be talking ad nauseum about the referees. Refs, you guys need to go to Lens Crafters. All night long, you saw Khalil Mack hit Tom Brady. It wasn't called. An egregious call where the defender is going for Brady's legs, doesn't get called. You have Shaq Barrett hits Nick Foles.
Clean hit.
Clean hit to
very,
me.
very clean.
You saw Khalil Mack do the same thing. He didn't get called for it. Shaq Barrett got called for it. Look, don't paint me as a homer here. What I'm saying is a ref has to be consistent. If you're going to call it one way, call it the other. That's all I'm saying. All right, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, man, you right in all that. You right about
Thank you.
all of that.
By the way, what's your name and where are you calling from? We didn't get your name.
Hey, my name Howard. I'm from Louisiana.
All right, Howard. All right, Howard.
Diehard 25-year Buccaneer fan.
Okay. All right, man. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Buccaneer fan, man.
All
and
right.
It's real hard for me. I only live 50 miles from New Orleans.
Okay. All right.
But
Represent.
I take all that beat. I'm highly upset, man, because I how do a 20-year veteran lose track of what down it is?
Yeah, I didn't get that either. I didn't understand that. It looked like there was some confusion. Look,
It's never. I got a buddy texting me right here. He says, "I've never seen Brady lose track of downs."
yeah, and that was it's.
Man, you went for a 15, 20-yard pass when all you needed was 5 yards.
Yeah,
you
I'm trying
got
to
the
clock.
5 yards and kick the field goal on the first down. And
Yeah,
won the game.
I don't get it either. I don't get the play call in that drive, and I don't get the play call before. You only take 16 seconds left. Look, it's all about old Bucs ball. If you believe in your defense, and the defense had their moments tonight, although it looks like Vita Vea could have suffered a very serious injury, so we'll have an update on that when it comes. But look, the defense had their moments tonight. They had a couple sacks. Golston got in there. Vea, of course. Dean had an opportunity to end the game a couple times there with interceptions. Didn't do it. Of course, you give Foles the opportunity.
Man, he needs some old school stick 'em.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, when you miss those type of opportunities, then basically the Bears take advantage, and it doesn't help.
He played good ball, man.
Yeah.
He played good ball, but I learned tonight why he's a DB and not a receiver.
Well, that's the old adage, right? That's the reason why they're cornerbacks, fellas, is because they're not wide receivers because they can't catch. But the penalty situation,
he most definitely is a DB.
Yeah, definitely. He had his moments tonight where he showed some flashes of brilliance and made some plays, and then there was a moment where
Davis played good ball tonight.
Yeah. So
Carlton Davis played some good ball tonight. Ronald Jones really is emerging into something I never thought.
Well, you haven't listened to this show because I'm a guy that says a victim of volume, and he came out tonight. That's why I don't understand that second to last drive. I get it. The Bears are going to stop you, but keep on running the ball, run the clock down, depend on your defense, and they didn't do it, and he gave Foles even more time. So I don't get it, but hey, it's neither here nor
It
there.
evened out, though, because then
Right.
the Bears passed it on third down when they had it in
Which
easy
made
field
no
goal
sense
position,
either.
Which made no sense, right? Just
That
like
made no sense.
right. So,
Well,
I mean, the thing about
I seen that minute, what it was, minute 14, minute 19. I said, oh, man, we're finna win.
Yeah.
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 We're finna win.
the thing
we
about-
most definitely kick this field goal. I just knew we was going to kick this field goal.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Cairo Santos.
Cairo Santos, and you mentioned that
Right,
tonight,
let us
Tampa
say,
Bay, Ray. You mentioned it tonight
Wouldn't it
about
have been ironic? And it
coming
was.
back, and Suckup did his
Y'all
job,
gotta-
but
Y'all got to excuse them beats, man. Them Saints fans blowing my phone up right now.
it's all right, man. It's all right. We're here for you. We're here every night on Bucs Report. Howard, thanks a lot for tuning into the Evolution. All right, definitely call back, okay?
All right, man. You have a great one.
All right, appreciate you. Let me fire those cannons really quick for that call. That was a good call. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. A lot of people want to talk about it. Bucs fall to 3-2 tonight. Look, it's not the end of the world. Let's not feel like the world, the sky is falling.
Yeah, but right now the only
it's not.
thing we have 10
It's
days off.
Right, it's a winnable game. But remember, you don't have a less than healthy Mike Evans. You don't have Chris Godwin. The Bucs still have things to work on. The big time matchup tonight, boys, was the fact of could this offensive line protect Brady, and they could not. So it came back to haunt him. So let's go out to the phone lines. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Oh, hold on a sec here. Hold on. All right, let's go back to it. Welcome to the Evolution. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Todd from St. Pete, Peter. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. You know, heartbreaking loss, but look, if you're a Bucs fan, are you okay with 3-2? You should have won this game, but then again, you shouldn't have because too many penalties. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back with all the penalties. 10 penalties, one of the most penalized teams in the league. Is that because of COVID? Is that because of not having the training camp? Those excuses should be going by the wayside. So this team will have 10 days to recoup, get healthy, but this was certainly a winnable game tonight. They just shot themselves in the foot, and when it came down to protecting Brady, they did a piss poor job.
So, Peter, here's my takeaway.
Yes.
We saw the penalties, and that was clearly the deciding factor, undisciplined football play. But here's what I take away from the game. Tom Brady went on the sideline and ripped the entire GD buttholes out of his entire team and said, what in the actual F are you doing? That's what I love to see. I know it sucks to lose.
Sure.
It's the worst thing ever. But what I saw tonight was a true field general. Now that term is overused, but that's what he is. He put his foot straight sideways up the ass of every single player on that sideline and said, you guys cost us the game. And I guarantee you that Arians, Brady, and all the people involved are going to make those corrections. And I bet you we won't see those penalties again. That's my takeaway. We lost. Sometimes somebody's got to lose. It was us tonight.
Right.
But guess what? Tom Brady showed that he is a leader, and I respect that.
I tell you what, though, Donovan Smith is going to be looking for the backseat of that plane, and he's going to crawl, and he's going to hide. It's going to be a long flight.
Look,
He's
his
run till he throws up.
Yeah, the game, the whole game for him wasn't bad. I mean, he had his moments, but it seemed like in the second half, once again, and whether they were doing twists and stunts or whatever else to get there, they got there, and it wasn't good for Wirfs either. Wirfs showed that he was a rookie tonight. He definitely got beat a couple times by Mac. Thrown to the great. Right, exactly. But again, you're 3-2. Could you have won this game? Absolutely, you could have. The penalty situation, you got to take care of it. They didn't turn over the ball tonight with Brady not throwing an interception, so that was a good thing. But losing track of a 3rd and 4th down to me is mystifying. But 2020 has just been weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, absolutely. So
thanks, guys. Great
absolutely, man. Thanks a lot, Todd. Appreciate you there. We'll fire those cannons for you.
True life, baby.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Let's go out to the phone lines here. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on with yours truly, Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay, Philip Swigler, Editor-in-Chief of Bucs Report. Go for it.
Hey, this is Ed from Palm Harbor.
All right, what's up, Ed?
Hey, oh, man, I am so frustrated. This game was lost early in the third quarter where Ryan Jensen got a penalty for going up and headbutting somebody.
Yep.
And then just doing this was at the start of a very promising drive.
Sure.
They drove the ball down to like the 30-yard line.
Yep.
And that's when they started getting these stupid penalties.
Yep.
And as for Smith, they got to get rid of that guy. You know, I would rather him grab a hold of the guy that he's supposed to and hold him. You know,
then let him get to the quarterback. And even the announcer Troy Aikman says that was too easy for Khalil Mack. Are you serious? You can't make it easy for Mack.
I'd rather him grab a hold of Khalil Mack. And
right.
Both arms and just drag him to the ground.
Then it's 1st and 20 instead of 2nd and 20.
I mean, it's like you're putting your quarterback out there. That was the biggest thing coming into the season is could Donovan Smith hold up? Could Tristan Wirfs hold up? And you saw against a real defense tonight, there were moments where the offensive line kept Brady clean, but because also he was hit so much, he felt like there was pressure. So he was seeing some ghost in that. So that's also the problem. It's
Brady
frustrating.
knows he can't take too many hits.
Of course.
He knows.
You can't afford to get Brady to take many hits. I mean, did you see Vita Vea in the game? You don't want that to happen. You don't want him to be on the cart.
No.
So, yeah.
No.
What else?
I don't know what's wrong with Ryan Jensen, but he's a veteran. He doesn't need to be going out and making those bonehead
stupid mental mistakes.
Like
you know, it goes back to the Tony Dungy football 101. We're not going to commit mental mistakes. This team absolutely committed mental mistakes tonight. They shot themselves in the foot. They
could have. They had this game. They were going to win this game. If it wasn't for that crap, they would have won it.
My father coined a phrase when I was about 8 years old. He used to tell me this, and I still remember it to this day, being 42. Self-destruct Bucs, and that's what it was tonight. They put together drives, but they shot themselves in the foot with stupid penalties, procedural stuff, and it doesn't make the 2nd and 3rd down situations easier. When you're 3rd and 21, you're limited in what you can do. So basically, you have to settle for field goals. So, good stuff. What else?
I like to say Jones really showed up tonight.
Didn't he? I mean, the victim of volume. That was a good thing.
Right?
2 games in a row.
If anybody deserves a game ball, it's him.
Yeah,
I agree.
And what happened to Scotty Miller tonight? They just sort of blanked him out.
Yeah.
Well, he was getting a lot of double teams, especially when he got to the second level of the defense. I watched it quite a few times. They would pass it off from the linebacker on the edge, the linebacker in the middle, and then the safeties and the cornerbacks in the back. He literally had nowhere to go.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, I mean, Tyler Johnson stepped up tonight, but it looked like once again the Bears made the necessary adjustments in the second half, and he was quieted. We saw Gronk a couple of times there. We saw Gronk with the drop critical pass there, put his hands on it. Maybe not the most catchable pass. Somebody has to explain to me how Gronk and Evans are in the same area. I don't know if that's a good route or not.
Ran the wrong route.
Right. That did not look very good to me. But look, it's neither here nor there. You take your hat off to the Chicago Bears. There's a reason why they're 4-1, because even though they
don't
had
make as many mistakes.
That's it. And they turned the ball over once tonight, and they didn't get anything from their running game, but they made the necessary plays. They got field goals, and they were able to get after the quarterback more than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there you go.
Now, here's my problem. When my wife wakes up tomorrow, she's a big Chicago fan.
Oh boy!
Now I gotta break it to her that the Bucs lost.
Hey, there's still time to leave, man.
Well, she's a Bears fan, right? You said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's gonna be happy wife, happy life. She's probably gonna put it in your face. So what you do is what you do. This is what you do. And remember, you're taking relationship advice from somebody that's single. What you do is say, honey, you were absolutely right. We'll see what happens. Good win by the Bears, but we'll see you in the playoffs, and you just leave it at that.
Or also you let her know that in 10 days, Green Bay is coming to Raymond James Stadium, and if she wants the Bucs to give the Bears a little bit of help and beat the crap out of the Packers, she better be nice to you.
Now,
and
you didn't
make you breakfast.
Now, you didn't talk trash to her, because if you did, you owe her a dinner and a massage.
Dude, I was talking trash.
Oh, well, see, there you go. See, now you went down. Now you look.
Chicago.
Hey, you went down that rabbit hole, my friend, and now you got to make up for it. So you're gonna have to take her to dinner. You're definitely gonna you're gonna have to kiss up to her. Okay, it's gonna be
Well, I was
whining
showing
and
her
dining.
stats all day long. I was telling her how Brady's undefeated in Chicago.
Yep, we heard it all.
and
We,
all
we were the fault of it. What you do is, hey, I blame Bucs Report. We watched this show called The Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Highly entertaining, but these guys sold me on Brady was going to win. I am so sorry, honey. Where would you like to go? Outback, Ruth Chris, whatever. I'll do whatever you want. You got the weekend to do it. Happy wife, happy life. Good luck with that. Let us know on the Sports Web. Anything else?
Okay, man. That's it. Y'all have a great night.
All
Y'all
right.
do a great job, by
Thanks,
the way.
man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Tell your friends. Thanks a lot for the call.
And
There you
share.
go.
Share.
Absolutely, share. So, and let us know what happens, okay? There you go. He'll let us know. 727-255-0391 and 727-255. Let's go out to Johnny Dean, the professor. Welcome to the Evolution.
And Johnny called this one, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He was
Well,
right.
I did switch over to the Bucs. I'll admit that I should have stuck to my guns, but if the game played out pretty much as I expected it to.
Well, and look, they were up 13-0. I don't know what happened to that defense, but
Thursday happened.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
The
Well,
home team always gets an extra day of practice. The Bucs didn't have anything but walkthroughs. So
Yeah.
They had no game practice. Game planning practice. They just do walkthroughs, and that's what Thursday happens to every team that plays. It's not just Bucs. I'm not just saying this because it's the Bucs.
right.
Thursday games suck, and they always favor the home team.
Well, look, the Bucs were beat up coming into this game. So if you come out of here with 3-2, you got 10 days to rest. Evans definitely was not 100% tonight, even though he caught a touchdown. He wasn't 100% tonight. Who knows? Scotty Miller may have not been 100% tonight, and that's why he wasn't that good. So, look, I get it.
And those rookies haven't had a chance to really grow that much.
Sure.
They got thrown into the fire on a short week like that.
Absolutely.
So I'm impressed that they stayed, a 1-point game? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not upset with this game at all.
Well, the thing that's upsetting about it is the play calling. The second to last drive, you only take off 16 seconds, and that you've got Ronald Jones who's running. Why not try to take that clock down a little bit, make it more difficult on Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears? And then the last drive, you lose the lead. Your defense isn't.
I think Ronald Jones' last two runs were minus negative yards, so.
Well, you still run the ball because I get it. You don't want to go conservative, but you also want to take time off the clock. You want them to use their timeouts so they're in a frantic situation instead of having all that time and still having their timeouts. That's the point.
Well, Johnny, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative Nanny here,
When
but
you run the ball like that, though, Peter, you're wasting clock too.
Well, that's what you want to do, though. You want
to
you want to waste some clock so the Bears can use up their timeouts. I mean, that's what you usually do. And the
Are
Bucs.
you talking about the last drive we were on?
Not the last drive, the second to last.
Oh, okay.
It's the second to last. You only took off 16 seconds. They decided to throw the ball. It looked like a quick snap, like they thought they had the Bears fooled, and they didn't have them fooled at all.
Because we didn't run the wheel route.
Right.
Has anybody said anything about Brady forgetting the count?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't know how that happens.
And I haven't seen any news. Maybe you have, Schwags, but honestly, I just looking at the way Vita rolled over, it looked like his leg didn't completely lock in. It looked like it did give it the last. So I think they probably were just being precautious.
Yeah.
You might see him, on crutches or in a walking boot for a couple of days. I'm just hoping that we don't hear any bad news later on about that, because that would be.
I'm glad to hear that because it looked like a broken ankle to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Right.
lot of weight to put on something that, even if it's a little injury, it still hurts to put a lot of weight on.
Well, I guess I'm just trying to be too optimistic because we don't want to lose Villa.
Well, he had to be carted off in the game, so we'll see how that transpires. What else, Johnny Dean?
Well, I think Wirfs had his welcome to the NFL moment, and he's going to probably improve a lot in the next few months. Man.
Well, definitely, and there was times where Mac threw him around. There was no call. I don't understand why there wasn't.
Over his shoulders. He's flipping like a wrestler.
I don't. Somebody has to explain to me, besides the home cooking, how Khalil Mack and other defenders go for Tom Brady's knees and also hit him and not get called for a 15-yard penalty, and how Shaquille Barrett gets called for the 15-yard line. Somebody has to explain that to me.
I don't understand the officiating in this game.
No.
Well, I'm telling you guys, when their Bucs were up 13-0, and all of a sudden those plays, those calls start going against it, and I turned to you guys, and I'm just a conspiratorialist, but I said, oh, it looks like Park Avenue made a call down to Chicago and said, hey, we can't have this thing. The ratings will be crap by halftime. We got to get it close, because all of a sudden then you started seeing the questionable calls. I'm not saying the calls cost us the game. What I'm saying is those questionable calls kind of turn a momentum.
Yeah. So
I think definitely that.
All right, Johnny Dean, appreciate you. Let's go back out to the phone lines. We'll fire those cannons for you right there. All right, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. You're on the Sports Web. Yours truly, along with Mr. Philip Schwegler, editor-in-chief of Bucs Report. You got Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. We'll have Rick Hughes on here in a moment, but the phone lines are blowing up tonight. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Travis. I'll make this quick.
Oh, no, I didn't know the number. Travis, go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing? Wow, what a sloppy game, to say the least. And
yes.
As a Bears fan, I'll take it. But what's interesting is, like we were talking about, we figured this might come down to a field goal game. But this is the reason why you go out and you spend 2 number 1 draft picks on Khalil Mack, because he was an absolute game disruptor tonight. And yes, did Wirfs have a bad game? I don't think so. I think the rookie held his own at times against him. But I'll tell you what, there was a critical play, and you were just talking about it, where the Bucs could have ran the ball a little bit and took more time off the clock. On that 3rd down, Khalil Mack was double teamed not only by Gronk, but also by I believe that would be the right tackle, which would have been Wirfs, I believe. So he gets double teamed, and Brady gets rid of the ball way too early, and the ball comes up incomplete. He's got Mike Evans wide open on the left-hand side for a first down to pretty much close out the game.
Yeah, you sure do, but it comes down to the pressure, okay? Sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean the pressure that gets there. It's the pressure that Brady was feeling all night long. So does he start to see ghosts? Does he start to rush the throws a little bit because he doesn't want to get hit when he has a clean pocket? Inkman pointed this out, and we saw it tonight, where that's the reason why you try to pressure a quarterback, because then you want them to rush, and once they rush, then the timing is all off. But you're exactly right. I saw the same play. It was disappointing, but you're 3-2 with Mike Evans basically hurt, Chris Godwin hurt, a lot of injuries, and you nearly pulled it off. But credit to where credit is due. The Chicago Bears played great defense. They did just enough. They made enough plays, and the Bucs defense couldn't make the plays. And Jamel Dean had 2 opportunities tonight. Sure.
There was a couple balls that Brady threw that hit Bears guys right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Close that came out too. And you see that a lot in the NFL. And I know you got other callers coming in, but I'll tell you what, man, if the Bears would have lost that game on a last-second field goal because he didn't run the ball on 2nd down, he's coming into my office and you're bleeping fired, because that guy is one of the worst clock managers. I just don't understand how in the NFL that we still have these problems managing the clock. Not only the Bears, but I'm talking across the board in the NFL.
Yeah.
It is every Sunday you're shaking your head going, what are these guys doing? I mean, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, we run better clock management on PlayStation 4 playing Madden football on a regular basis than these damn coaches do. Yeah. I just don't get it. Did Nagy dial up some plays at the end of the game that were just fantastic? That wheel route was money. And say what you want about Nick Foles. Man, sometimes that guy can just drop the ball in a bucket.
Yep.
He did it a lot.
Yep.
Say what I want. I hate that.
Early interception wasn't on Foles. That was on Allen Robinson, and that was a nice play by the defensive back too. But like I said, you can take some negatives away from this Buccaneers game. If they clean this stuff up, they're going to be there come playoff time. But 3-2 is not as good as 4-1, and Carolina's a team on the rise, and that gives the window back open to New Orleans to come in.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
It's going to get tight in the NFC South, and I'll let you guys go. And I really appreciate the time, Pete, and the show was great tonight.
Travis, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you. Travis Feely of Rocket Sports and Entertainment, sharing his insights with us, as always, around the NFL about the Chicago Bears. Bang up job tonight, and don't be a stranger, my friend, all right?
Thanks, brother. See you soon.
All right, bud. All right, let's go out to the web heads here, and then we got the dude coming on. I know Blake Anthony wants to get on, but I don't want to neglect these guys. Of course, Bucs fall to 3-2 as they do fall to the Chicago Bears 20-19. Cairo Santos basically with the nail and the coffin. Who would have thought that? Oh, yeah, that was Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. He mentioned it and didn't knock on wood, so blame him.
I did knock on wood.
Oh, you did knock on
Yes,
wood?
I
Okay,
will
you
never
should probably
say
take
something.
your head and bam it into the wall next time.
I was knocking on wood all night. Every
Yeah,
time he
I
was
know you
kicking the
were.
ball.
Philip Swagler, Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. Let's go out to, and again, open phone line 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web, the evolution of sports talk television, powered by 320solar.com. All right, let's go out to the web ads. We can't think Super Bowl bound if we lose to the Bears. Big uh-oh, boys. It's early yet. I still say Super Bowl or bust. They're going to get it together. And remember, once again, you're without Chris Godwin. You don't have Mike Evans at 100%. You don't have Leonard Fournette at 100%. You don't have Scotty Miller at 100%. And all the reps and opportunities you missed. They can clean this stuff up. I think they're going to be okay.
They had 2 running backs. That's all they had.
That's
tonight.
it.
2 running backs, Keyshawn Vaughn and Rojo. That's
And Rojo performed very well.
He did.
Very well.
I'll give it to him. Yeah,
The
he did
victim
really.
of volume. Okay, enough. Ouch, says Chris Cleveland. Should be ashamed, and then Brady didn't even know what down it was. I mean, I don't know about should be ashamed, but it was a disappointing loss. Bad calls from the refs. We talked about that. I have no words, says Brandon. Vea is my biggest upset. Vea is my biggest upset about the loss. Yes, because
we'll
that looked like a serious situation with the knee. His knee didn't go right. Who gets the blame for the loss? The whole team gets the blame for the loss, but the offensive line definitely deserves the majority of it. Hard to beat the other team, and the refs that call on Barrett was huge. It was a terrible call because if you don't have it, then you basically get back the ball. Let's go out to the phone lines. Welcome to the evolution of sports talk television. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Pete and Ron.
What's going on, Ron? How you doing?
Your best guess, buddy.
Yes, sir, buddy. Yes, sir.
What's up, Bill? And
they can't really hear you there, Ron. Are you?
How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good.
We're doing good. Heartbreaking loss by the Bucs, but they shot themselves in the foot. What did you think?
I mean, I'm just so sick right now, Pete. I mean, for so many reasons. I mean, like, let's face it. I know everyone's gonna bring up the injuries and things like that, but I mean, we had a clear chance to win this game. And what's concerning to me is, I mean, let's not even bring up the injuries. I mean, that's another thing, but that's football. It was the strategy. I mean, how do you have, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but wasn't this the second time in a second half of football you don't put up any points? I mean,
well, the Bears didn't put up any points either, and we told you that was a stat tonight, but of course, going into it, they've scored something like 49 points in the fourth quarter, and you're exactly right. It was a tough-fought game. I didn't understand some of the play calls, especially late in the fourth quarter. If you believe in your defense and you believe in your running back, and I get it, he's taking losses, but you want to run down that clock. You want them to use their timeouts instead of having timeouts and having more time than they should. I don't understand the play calls, but again, that's neither here nor there. The Bucs had plenty of opportunities tonight to close out this game, and they also stifled a lot of drives because of stupid penalties.
I mean, absolutely, and that's the other thing. That it's just like I was saying before about these second halves where you're not getting point production, and then like you said, Pete, the play calling, and it's like, wow, come on, like
right, you
have a drive that you only take 16 seconds off of the clock, and then you give the ball right back to them. And then on, what was it, third down, I was more than on one occasion I tried. I don't know, I think Ray had brought it up, but it was a wheel route.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they teach you a youth ball. Like, the receiver should never be in back again.
Right.
It was a complete breakdown on a crucial, on a crucial down that, that you have to make that play. I mean, you got to know that our defenders are better than that.
Yeah.
Our cornerbacks, it's like, we get 2 plays and then kind of like ruin it on one down that you kind of crucially gift wrap that play, and now now it's first down. Like I said, but I think one of the biggest calls, it was just horrible with that call that they made on Barrett. I mean, he's got to kind of know that, like, hey, if he's getting rid of the football, kind of like.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, do you hold up? I mean, it didn't look like it was a helmet.
There was no one step. There was no helmet.
There was no helmet. It wasn't a helmet.
Didn't drive him.
Right. Right.
You had him third down backed up.
Correct.
You don't give them another possession.
Correct.
Potentially be punting.
Right.
From deep in their territory. I mean, that I'm just saying that to me right there really.
My problem with it is we can say that right. Exactly. That's it right there. Exactly, Ron.
Situation.
Right. Exactly. So it's disappointing.
That's all. I mean, that's just what's concerning to me is the undisciplined play, the penalties that really kind of circle. You do something positive, you get a big run, and then you have a drive that's snuffed out. Because of penalties. I mean, it's kind of a recurring theme that we spoke about before. And correct me if I'm wrong too. I mean, as Arians has said openly, hey, he is not a coach. His coaching style is not to accept lackluster play. Just being undisciplined. And tonight, to me, that was on complete.
Well, it's been a very. That's one thing we really haven't talked about. That there's one very disappointing thing about this team. A couple disappointing things. The offensive line play tonight, but the penalty situation, and they came into this game as a very highly penalized team. And there have been good teams before, but in those crucial situations, it really comes back to haunt you. And unfortunately, that did tonight, and it gave the Bears the opportunities, and they took advantage of them. Ron, thanks a lot for the call. We appreciate you. All right.
Hey, man, thanks, guys.
Appreciate you. All right. Let's go out to the dude here, and then we'll read the rest of these comments from the webheads. Dude, welcome to the Evolution. What's on your mind tonight?
Gentlemen, that was ugly, and ugly, like mole on the nose with a hair growing out of it ugly. I got a question. There was a lot of things to talk about, a lot of bad play, but let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How do you go for it on 4th and 1 from your own 19 in the first half?
Right.
But late in the game with a chance to clinch it, you don't go for 4th and 1 on the other team's 7. Even if you fail, you've got them backed up.
They were playing not to lose.
Yeah, I don't
exactly the only answer.
I don't understand it. That's what I don't understand either.
Good teams play to win the freaking game. All right. That should have been a run by Ronald Jones. Should have been something.
Well, it's not consistent, guys, because if you go for it in the first half on your own 19 and get it, and then you're at the 7-yard line and you believe in your defense, you go for it anyway because you did it in the first half and it worked. Why couldn't you do it there? And then you have the perfect opportunity to run clock and possibly maybe pick up a first down. Then basically that's ball game when you're leading 19-17, and inexplicably you try to get too cute. You try to pass the ball, get up to the line quick, and the Bears are not fooled by it. You don't take any time off the clock. You don't make them use their timeouts, and they have plenty of time to basically go down the field and do whatever they want to. So I don't really understand the play calling at the end of the game, and I don't understand the play call. You mentioned it at the 7-yard line. If you're going to go for it at your own 19, why would you not go for it at the 7-yard line? With the Bears,
you get the lead, but then you kick off. They get the ball to 25 instead of like the dude says at their own 7, and your defense can apply pressure. Maybe you push them farther back, then you will win that field position, and you still go end up down and kick a long suck up field goal. But again, just not really good clock management, not really good game management.
No, not at all.
Well, the other thing we've seen the comments go by, and we heard Bruce Arians just recently on his press conference say that Tom Brady did know what down it was. We all saw that. That's a crock of crap. Now, I want to point out something. Aren't they talking to Tom Brady in his helmet during the game from the sideline, right?
I think it cuts off.
I think it cuts off. Yeah, it cuts off before
25 seconds.
But in between plays, they're calling a play and telling them what's the down and distance, correct?
I thought so. But
okay,
look,
so that tells me that Byron Leftwich didn't know what down it was.
Or the person that's in charge of that, because don't they have a person that's in charge of knowing the downs? I mean, we talked about this last year, fellas, when the Carolina game happened. Remember?
Yeah,
but like you
said,
but
you're talking about a game with 30 seconds left, and the offensive coordinator or the coach are going to be in the quarterback's ear saying, "Hey, it's 3rd down. Get the first down. If you can't throw it away. Oh, it's 4th down. You have to get the 5 yards here.
You have to get the 5 yards, and
that would have been said. That would have been said in everybody's helmet from Pee Wee all the way up to the NFL. So this was a bad game by Byron Leftwich. This was a bad game by Donovan Smith. This was a rookie game by Tristan Wirfs. He was out there battling all day. I'll say this. Shaq Barrett, crucial penalty, even though it was a BS call, The only thing you had to do on that 3rd and 19 was not commit a personal foul. You could have done almost anything. Jumped offside, neutral zone infraction, still wouldn't have mattered. But on 3rd and 19, you've got him running, throwing off his back foot while he's falling backwards, and you hit him anyway. That right there, that was another clincher. And then, of course, the phantom offside on Shaq Barrett, where we saw the guard jump first. But once that play happened, everything went downhill. Tom Brady's on the sideline screaming at guys who haven't been screamed at probably since they left their mom's house. Okay, so this is what we saw was a team struggle, and we're going to find out in this next 10 days: are they going to grow from it, or are they going to collapse from it? You would like to think with Brady in the locker room that they're not going to collapse from it. But I'll say this. The defense was mediocre today.
Yeah,
okay. You're playing 15 yards off on 3rd and 9 with a quarterback that literally makes his living throwing the short pass. So there was no, it was to me, I felt like Byron Leftwich is like, oh, look, here's a team I've never seen anything about ever before, ever. We'll just go vanilla all the way around. And everything you did went against you. So top to bottom, horrible game. They only lost by, whatever. So 3-2 isn't bad, but 4-1 would be so much better, guys.
With Green Bay, we got Green Bay, and then the week after that, we're in Vegas for the Sunday night game. Then we have a little bit of a break, if you call that, a Monday nighter at the Giants, and then we're back against those Saints again. So the road to perdition does not get much easier.
But the road to perdition gets better because you get a chance to rest. Hopefully you can get some of these weapons back.
Yeah.
And just think about it. If you win this game, you win 19-17, if Coods and Woods or whatever else. If you win at 19-17, you didn't have a full Evans, you didn't have a full Godwin, but you lose it. They deserve to lose it because of the penalty situation and because, once again, they weren't able to stop the Bears when push came to shove. And when they did, you didn't close them out. Jamel Dean had a couple plays there you have to make, and you don't close them out. So you give them other opportunities, and then again on the offensive side, the line is just a work. I mean, it's just I don't know.
Well, Ryan Jensen, hey man, you're the veteran. You're the guy who's supposed to be anchoring that offensive line. And however small the headbutt was, that's not the point. Ryan, we see you with the leg whips. We see you always creeping to that edge of breaking the rule, and we appreciate you for it. But you got to learn that if you step over there in a situation in a game like that, you're going to get caught, and it's going to be costly. And it was, and it has.
Yep, it has been, and it stifled a lot of drives tonight. Good stuff, dude. Anything else?
No, sir. Great job today, guys. Hey, everybody, pound that share button. 320solar.com. The Deck Bar and Grill at Isla del Sol. The dude is looking at the clock. Hey, guys, it's Friday. That means it's time for a drink and a smoke.
Good stuff. All right, let's go out to Blake Anthony, and then we'll get out to the webheads again. Open phone line. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. It's the Sports Web. Bucs fall to the Chicago Bears 20-19 to fall to 3-2. They now have 10 days off until they face Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Let's go out to Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49. Let's hear what you have to say about this loss by the Bucs tonight. Really shot themselves in the foot, right?
I mean, yeah, I can't really say much more than what's already been said. So I'm going to come with a little positive note. There's some highlights to this game that a lot of people won't realize because we're focused on what just happened. So the Buccaneers have allowed fewer than 50 yards rushing in 3 consecutive games. That's the longest streak in the team's history. The Buccaneers have also had three individual 100-yard rushers this season, 3 in previous and 3 seasons combined. Rob Gronkowski surpassed Ozzie Newsome, 9th most receiving yards by a tight end in NFL history. Ronald Jones, the first running back with 100-yard rushing yards in 2 consecutive games. Can any guess who it was before him?
Doug Martin.
Jacquizz Rodgers.
Wow, Jacquizz Rodgers, the greatness of.
That's 100 rushing yards or 100 scrimmage yards?
100 rushing yards in back-to-back games.
Derek Cutter product.
Tom Brady has tied Brad Johnson 12 in 2003 for the most TDs through the first 5 games of the season in team history. Mike Evans has 1 TD reception in 6 consecutive games, longest streak in NFL history. Carlton Davis INT in the first quarter was his 3rd in his last 4 games, first INT in previous 28 games. And last but not least, the Buccaneers defense has 1 INT in 4 consecutive games for the first time since 2010 to 2014 and 2016.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, good stats. But here's my problem with the defense tonight, and it's kind of crept up the last couple of weeks. They have a problem with getting off the field on 3rd down, and when they do get off the field, the Shaq Barrett call. What was your thoughts on that?
I think you said it best. When you're, it's unnecessary. You could have just not touched him because you saw the ball was gone. You could have just pulled up. But needless to say, I know what Shaq was probably feeling. He didn't have a sack all game. You want to try to make some type of impact, period, but it was the wrong time and ill-advised to do that. That's why you see a lot of bonehead plays where guys aren't really involved in the game that much, and then they get a chance to make a hit or to do something minuscule. It ends up hurting the team. And speaking of bonehead plays, you guys said about Ryan Jensen, does this not sound familiar? The time Jameis Winston blew up on him on the sideline for doing something just that stupid on a big down? Seems he does this quite often. That you're supposed to be the leader on the offensive line, and you keep committing bonehead penalties, especially on a drive that you could have eventually sealed the deal on that drive of the game.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And again, it came back to haunt them tonight, and it's disappointing, but Bucs got to learn from it. And again, they'll have 10 days to rest against the Packers. They have to clean it up if they want to be one of these elite teams, and I think they can be. They've got to get healthy, and that 10 days is definitely going to help. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49. Anything else, boss?
Oh, I just wish hopefully a speedy recovery of Vita Vea. I can't remember if it was Ray or Phil who said that it didn't look like his foot didn't get caught in the ground. It just got kind of rolled on. It wasn't caught. Right. So hopefully it's not something that's maybe it's just going to be some swelling. He'll have 10 days to heal. Hopefully it's nothing crazy.
He's limber. I've seen the picture now, and it's like that foot did twist the wrong way pretty strong. So let's just be optimistic. Definitely there, Blake.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, good stuff, Blake. Let me fire those cannons for you right there. Good stuff, my friend. Thanks a lot for coming on. And tomorrow, you're not going to be on tomorrow, are you?
I might after this. There's a lot to talk about.
All right, there you go. Blake Anthony, Sports Talk 49, 3 o'clock here live on Bucs Report tomorrow. I'll just put it out there.
Yep. See you guys tomorrow.
Appreciate you. There you go, Blake Anthony. Let's go out to Rick Hughes from the Chiefs Beats. Rick, what did you think of the loss tonight as the Bucs lose to the Chicago Bears 20-19 to fall to 3-2?
Well, I mean, this loss goes on the offensive line. I mean, I think the bottom line is this, and what people aren't talking about. You can't kick 4 field goals. I mean, you just can't do that. You can't. You've got to convert those into touchdowns. And while it's nice to have a kicker who can kick, that's not all you want to do. And this was the only thing you can put that on is the offensive line. I mean, Ryan Jensen, come on, man. He's got Mike Evans disease. I don't know what the heck. Just grow up, man. Grow up.
I mean, you like a hard, gritty player, but you don't want it to be stupid, and that's what it was, Tampa Bay Ray. It was a stupid play by him, cheap shot. It's going to be called all day long because sometimes the refs don't see the first person, but they see the other one. And maybe, who knows, maybe he got hit, but he decided to put a headbutt in there, and that's why he picked up the penalty.
I was just giving him all that. I was giving him those at that halftime. I was giving him all that love.
You're
I was
a curse.
There I am.
I'm gonna do this right here. It's your fault. No,
I'm a victim of volume.
Will you shut up and be quiet?
It was just weak the way I just, even the penalty itself was just weak. I mean, if you're gonna get into a scrap, man. I don't know. I mean, it just, I mean, there was nothing about it that made any sense. It was just stupid.
Even your helmet. If it's helmet to helmet, they gotta be consistent with
that. It's a bad play. You know, the Shaq Barrett thing. I don't think it's a penalty. I think it's where you basically got to swallow your whistle there. But they made the call. It is what it is. You can't touch the quarterback, I guess. In some instances, you can hit Brady in the knees, and Khalil Mack can do the same thing that Jack Barrett and not get called for it.
Welcome to Thursday Night Football, folks. I mean,
and like
yeah, everything Johnny Dean has said about it is dead on correct. I was going to come on earlier, talk about that fact that I just think. I think what you saw was Thursday Night Football come to life. This is exactly what happens. You basically get one day to do walkthroughs, and then it's game time. I mean, it's a mess. It's one thing I don't like about Thursday Night Football.
I like Thursday Night Football, but I hate it because the look, it was a good game, but it was a sloppy game. Had lots of penalties. It looked like a lot of tired players out there. Gronk, he caught a couple passes. He looked like he was hurt. He was banged up. Everybody on the Bucs right now looks like they're banged up. So this will be.
I'm thinking, by the way, I was thinking with Vea, this could be a dislocated ankle. That's what I was thinking.
I hope it's not that, because that's not a good injury either. So,
well, it's better than broken,
right? Well,
yeah. I mean, it didn't look good, but it like you said, it didn't get caught. So,
yep. So
could. Who knows? I mean, we'll know pretty quick tomorrow, I would imagine. But I don't know. I mean, good Lord, Donovan Smith. I can forgive Wirfs. Welcome. He got his rookie
indoctrination.
Yes.
Yeah, that he earned his wings today. So,
by the way, breaking news: Khalil Mack is not as hurt as everybody thinks he is. He still is a man among boys. I mean, he really is. He's a game. He's a destroyer.
Yeah, he was tonight. He hasn't been in 15 weeks, but he was tonight.
Well, I guess that's either the product of him being motivated because he's always seemed like he's killed the Bucs, or the fact that the Bucs, once again, the inability to block him and block the rest of the guys on this team.
Yeah, and look, let's be fair about this. Let's just be realistic about this. Brady going on the sidelines and chewing out all the players for the lack of discipline and for not having their head in the game. And then he follows it up with forgetting what down it is or not knowing what down it is. I listen, I'm a Brady fan. I'm all about it. Happy he's the quarterback of the team.
Sure.
But I think you have to be realistic and say, look, man, if you're going to dish it out, brother, you better be able to take it, because if you didn't know what down it is, and I don't care what they say. If they say, no, he knew what down it was. No, he didn't. Okay. No, he did not.
I didn't like Tom going right to the locker room. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it. I get it. He was mad. He's a gamer, but Nick Foles probably at least earned a congratulatory. Maybe he's still pissed off because he also lost to him in Super Bowl 42.
Well, maybe he thought he was going to get COVID because, Pat Mahomes you decided to give a warm embrace like I do sometimes to you when you're here wow, I don't know what that was. Oh, my bad. I hit the button there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but you were saying, I mean, I get it.
Maybe he didn't want to, but you're right. I mean, it seemed like it was just a whole weird he was upset about it. There's never, you should definitely shake hands and whatever else, but you could see it. And you're exactly right. I mean, if you're willing to put it out there, you better take it back. And, maybe this.
If you're going to call everybody else out for not having their head in the game, and then you're going to lose track of what down it is.
Sure.
Come on.
Yeah.
But look, they're 3-2.
Yeah.
They've got 10 days off. I would not want to be the Packers right now.
Nope.
I mean, they're going to catch this team at the wrong moment. And I would not want to be the Packers.
Well, I mean, think about it. They're 3-2, and they haven't had their full complement of wide receivers this year.
They may not ever. That's something.
I'm not ready to say that.
No, you're only thinking Godwin and Evans. But
right.
I'm saying there's a whole lot going on, it seems like, when it comes to this stuff. And injuries happen in the NFL. Everybody's acting like injuries are new.
Sure.
I mean, injuries happen in the NFL. You're going to lose people. And if you don't have depth, well, that's where it shows.
That's what, absolutely.
Brate stepped up today.
Yep.
Keyshawn Vaughn got injured right at the beginning of the game, that didn't show up until the very end.
He had that critical fumble, but that was nearly unavoidable.
It's not his fault. Yeah,
my problem with it, when you go back and you look at the all-22, clearly the defensive player is hitting Brady's legs. If you're about protecting,
you're 100% correct.
Then call the penalty.
Well,
he did with Shaq Barrett.
Hey guys,
here's the thing I will say. He didn't. He hit him around the waist and then slid down to the legs. But for the sake of clarity, how in the heck can you call that on Shaq Barrett? I mean, there's just no consistency. And I don't know. Maybe it's Thursday for the referees too. I don't know. Maybe these guys aren't full-time officials. I don't know what the day job kept them busy this week. They you know, I mean, I don't know. But the bottom line is this: they should have won the game.
Yep.
There are a lot of reasons they should have won this game. There's one reason they didn't, and it's the offensive line. And the offensive line has had a great year overall. So, okay, let's call this an anomaly. Let's call this Thursday night. And in 10 days is a big game with the Packers. And let's see what happens then.
Hey, and the Packers are on a bye week this week, so I know we have 10 days to get hit, and especially with the short week we had this week, the 10 days is going to seem like a bye week for us, but the Packers are on a bye week after beating the Falcons last week, so they're going to have 14 days rest.
Right.
So let's call it like it is. It's at Raymond James. I wish there was going to be 66,000 screaming Raymond James.
Well, there may be some fans there because, you know, this week in Florida, Ron DeSantis approved of fans coming
Miami.
out. So, yeah, in Miami. So I would not rule out the fact of fans being let there. I don't necessarily think it's going to be limited as some people think. They may just approve all those fans coming.
We may need it. We might need every screen.
I'm not worried about fans showing up. I'm worried about the offensive line showing up.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Because the Packers defense is pretty good too. They get after it. The problem with them is they can't stop the run. They've done a better job with that, but we'll see what happens with Ronald Jones. I think the victim of volume kind of came to play tonight. The last two.
Well, he's not a victim of volume anymore now.
He's
not a victim. He's getting the volume, so he's getting both of it.
What did I say? Come on, here. It's what I got for you right there. That's what I got. You know what I meant.
No, I know that. I'm just saying at this point, he's not a victim anymore. At this point, we have to come up with a different phrase, Peter, for the fact that he's now the he's
how about bell cow runner for you?
There you go. I mean that's what it comes down to, because I mean he showed up, didn't he? I mean he's
the Texas Tesla. I think that's his nickname coming out.
Oh, there you go. He's about the only one who showed up tonight. I mean everybody else, I don't know. And with the offensive line, I don't know.
The Texas Tesla charge up with 320.
Let me tell you, he didn't just show up. I mean, this was a bad game by the offensive line. Even running, these weren't. It's not like he had huge holes. I mean, this was tough running. So Ronald Jones showed up in a big way tonight.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And Tyler Johnson showed up in the first half. He got down. There are a lot of good things to take out of the game, but for right now, it doesn't necessarily feel that good. All right, Rick Hughes from the cheap seats. Thanks a lot.
Good night.
All right, good stuff. I'll tell you what, let's go out to the phone lines here. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Johnny Dean?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead. You're on the evolution.
Okay. I love how, all right, we fixated on Donovan Smith for like 3 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was bad.
Right.
He was bad. I'm not defending Donovan Smith.
Right.
But I love the way that everybody fixates on one person and doesn't look at the whole thing. Because that entire O-line, from Ali Marpet to Wirfs,
wasn't a good line.
Jensen,
no.
Was horrible tonight.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Single one of them.
Yeah.
And there were more bad plays over on the right side. And I'm including Kappa and Marpet in that also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That came from the left side. They switched up and put Quinn over Smith, which has been notoriously great at making Smith look like a moron. But when they did that, that's when it started collapsing even worse.
Right.
I mean, Quinn just has Smith's number. And it looks, I hope this doesn't get in Wirfs' head, because he can move on from this and be
sure he can. Absolutely.
Great tackle.
Absolutely.
But it's one thing when you know what you did, another thing when they keep showing it over and over, because they're using him like that Thanos thing on what's his name a few years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Conti.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you got Thanos. That's right. Yes, we remember him.
That's what they're doing on TV now with Worth. So
Yeah. Well,
I hope he turns the TV off and avoids all the chatter and just gets his head back in the game.
he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's done quite well for himself tonight. This was a reality check. This was a reality check for this offensive line. You're exactly right. Too many quarterback pressures, 3 sacks, multiple quarterback pressures.
The entire.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I agree.
The only people I can hand out any awards to, I don't even know who I could do. I could hand Dean out a few awards for the defense, passes defense, because he lit it up in the last part. Yeah, he didn't catch interception, but he did his job.
Right.
Who else? LVD had a few good moments.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody really shined. Nobody shined.
No, I didn't see a lot of shining tonight. They shut down the running game once again. Montgomery had a touchdown, but besides that, once again, this run defense came to play.
Pretty close to 100 yards there. I was fixing to look that stat up just to check.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Montgomery was not a factor tonight. I mean, he had a touchdown, but he was not a factor. The running game wasn't a factor.
Yeah, he had 29 yards on 10 carries.
Yeah, I mean, that's typical Bucs defense. So they did a good job with that. But, the wheel routes.
And when I was watching it, though, that Montgomery was getting 4 or 5 yards every time they touched the ball. It's like, you got to stop those 4-yard games, man.
Well, what you got to stop is if you're gonna play Shaq out in coverage. I don't necessarily think that's his best forte. Because he got beat on that wheel route. They need to do something about that. I mean, I've seen it a couple times, and then also the screen pass. The screen pass kind of scares me. It really does. The screen pass on this team.
I'm wondering if Minter can come in and play that spot during pass plays, because I don't know. Minter played. We watched Minter play last year. Was it last year?
Well,
when he was playing in pass defense quite often, and he was pretty good.
There's something there. There's a matchup situation where Matt Nagy took advantage of it, and that's something that. And also, I would say this: their third down defense.
Well, that goes back to they had an extra day of practice.
Right.
They have game plan for that.
But also, the third down defense not being able to get off the field consistently. They haven't done enough of that. They need to clean that up. But once again, they lose by 1 point. You don't have both of your wide receivers healthy. They could have won this game if they don't shoot themselves in the foot, self-destruct Bucs. They got 10 days to rest, and we're on to Green Bay and see what they do. Good stuff, Johnny Dean. Appreciate you, all right?
All right, bud.
All right, I'm going to read. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, buddy. Yes, sir. All right, let's go out to the webheads here. We'll read the rest of these comments, and then we'll probably just wrap this up for the night. Let's beat ourselves. Absolutely, Cleve. Refs sucked. Eric says, think refs hate us. MF refs. Play calling sucked. Lost game. Offense lineman due to penalty. Kibo says 19 effing points. Come on. Bitch ass refs. Chase.
That's the best comment of the night so far.
We'll go ahead and fire those cannons on that. Love you, webheads. Love it. Bad calls by the refs. Tim says no one can say the refs are always on Brady's side anymore. That was friggin' horrible. Yeah. No protection for Brady when he needed it most because of so many receivers injured. I'm not going to read that.
I can imagine.
The BITCH word there. Bad calls on key plays. Can we please find a replacement for Donovan Smith? Good luck.
They're not cheap.
Please, why didn't we get Peter when we could? Or Peters when we could.
Marcus Peters.
Not me. Jason Peters.
Oh, Jason Peters.
Yeah, Marcus can't play the offensive line. Who knows? Maybe he could play better than Donovan Smith did some points of this. Absolute trash refs. Call in now, absolutely. Press coverage, says Brian. Playing 10 yards off the wide receiver. Yeah, it's not good. We should have won this game. Absolutely, Mike. Soft coverage with this secondary has never worked.
No.
Dime and nickel are not going to cut it when they only need 15 yards. Agree?
We were talking about that.
Absolutely. Brian says Smith needs to be released. Good luck. Donovan Smith needs to be cut. Mike says refs suck. No discipline. Too many penalties. Read all these comments. The game stinks.
Oh my
Bunch
goodness.
of wow. Chase is hot tonight.
It's been 5 games.
Relax.
It's 5 games.
It's okay. It's all right. I get it. I love it though. We say 3 things. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. But how many plays did we get burned by Breeze, Herbert, and Driscoll? Thank you, NFL needs to sanction these trash refs. Refs play favorites. Yep, you're dead on it. Thank you very much, Kareem. Donovan Smith is trash, and you said the F word, so I'm not going to read that. Holding literally every play on 72 for the Bears, not one call. That's on the coach. I lost track, too. Thought it was tied after Vaughn catch. Refs are garbage. Donovan Smith asked, center block could do better. I don't know about that. Third,
it just got good again.
Rest fault,
got
lost
interesting.
game. All right. Too many penalties. Absolutely. Byron Leftwich needs to be fired. Easy, guys.
He had some bad calls, but I think
Smith needs to go.
I want to know, though, whose call again? 4th and 1 at the 7-yard line there in the fourth quarter.
I don't understand. I mean, I get it. You kick the field goal, whatever, to go up. But
Ray Perkins kicks the field goal. Tony Dungy kicks the field goal.
But
Bruce
you
Arians,
go for it in the first half of your own 19-yard line.
What are you telling me?
It.
Mixed signals, guys. This is no risk it. No.
Can we ever win a national televised or primetime game?
Jesus,
Troy.
We'll get a chance in 2 weeks.
Roger Shue, got to point this out. How to bet with this jerk, and you get this right here, and you get this right here. Because you are a Bears fan, but the Bears won tonight, so I owe him Mission Barbecue in the daytime. So congratulations, Roger Shue, one of my good buddies from Newport Richie. You still suck. I would love to know the stats on how many 3 and forever were bailed out by the refs. That's a great. Dean,
at least 4.
Stinks. Big plays given up every game. Brady lost first game against the Bears. That he did, Eric. Chase says the new Conti. Ouch. Our defense has been soft all year. I don't know about that.
They're only allowing 20 points a game, which is pretty good in the NFL.
Defense is getting way too much hype. They have so much work to do. That's fair. Okay, Smith had 4 bad plays. Not good, but you're going to let Wirfs off because he's a rookie. He was beat all night long. Smith held up until they moved Quinn over him. No, Smith is bad for sure, but call it like that. We agree. God bless Ryan Suckup for keeping us in the game. We will beat them in the playoffs. That's exactly what I told Roger tonight. We'll see your ass in the playoffs. So we got to do it.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Talk about playoffs?
You can't really talk about playoffs tonight, guys, with all those mistakes. So the Bucs have to clean it up if they want to make the playoffs. But that's what I told Roger Shue is if you're in the playoffs, we'll see you in the playoffs, and we'll get you. Secondary literally gets burned, have no awareness of underthrown balls literally floating in the air. Louis, Donovan needs to lose his starting job and have him improve. He wants his position back. We need to get Brady more time. Todd says, yes, Smith gets a lot, but he did better against Mac at some points.
He did do
Milo says Vita's the only guy on the D that couldn't afford to lose. The run D will be getting a little worse the rest of the season. To be fair, Nacho.
Yeah, I thought Nacho had a pretty good game.
I thought he did too, and William Golston showed up.
Did JPP not make the trip this time?
No, he got a sack fumble.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Hey, real quick on whoever was talking about the DBs were giving up everything.
Yes.
Nick Foles only averaged 5.5 yards a throw. So is that on the DBs or is that on the linebackers covering underneath?
Well, it's on the linebackers.
Shaq blew that wheel route for sure.
Well, I mean, it's on those matchups, and that's not where you want Shaq to be. You don't want him in coverage, and that we've seen that this year. So the run D, that according to Milo, will be getting worse. There's plenty of blame to go around, but I blame Thursday games more than anything. The home team always gets an extra day of practice. Let's just say it out there. Let's put it out there. Thursday night games suck. But I tell you right now, what doesn't suck is being around these two gentlemen right here. Philip Schwager, editor-in-chief of Bucs Report. Will you shut up?
We're going back to not knowing my last name.
Philip Schwagler.
There we go.
I said your name. You cut me off again. I'm going to get you out of here. Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay. You're a jerk.
Who, me?
We had fun here tonight at the Deck Bar.
I had no fun.
You had no fun at all?
No, I'm just
Those wings weren't good?
No, they were good until you took them away.
Well, I was just kidding. I had to eat some of them. I mean, we got 40
some of them. Jesus, you put.
I'm a growing boy. What do you want from me? Boy. You shut up and be quiet. Yes,
it's after midnight. We have a growing Peter.
That's
I'm just saying. Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Hey, my mom's watching this.
Yeah, I bet she is. Is she the one viewer that's on
Twitch?
All right. Thursday night shouldn't be a thing, period. All right. Let's see. They should have went for the 4th down instead of settling for the field goal. I get hindsight is 20/20, but you wanted to win the game there. We stopped Bears on the next possession, even if it was 22-17. Bears needed a touchdown to beat us. Our defense could have kept them out of the end zone. Definitely call in now, 727-2 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I did Roger Shoe. There you go. I shouted you out. 2 first downs to win. What was up with the play calling there? Gave the ball right back. Agree. Prayers up for Vita Vea.
Prayers.
Bucs were still up 13-0 early, Johnny. Yeah, maybe away team should have their bye. Then does Thursday. Injuries are playing a toll on this team. Now Vita's out, so we'll see how that goes. It's bad because the better team lost. As a lifelong Bucs fan, I'm used to them winning as an underdog, but they were better and in control and completely collapsed. Excess penalties, bad coaching, lack of execution, missed touchdown passes, etc.
What was the final score again?
20-19.
And we talked about the fact that 5.5 was the early point line, the favorite in Vegas.
And it went down to 3.
To 3.5, and that's still covered.
Yeah, they're jerks.
That's
how about that? What I think about that? Casino is a great movie. These guys right now, I don't care. Our running backs, other than Ronald, are all hurt. Wide receivers are hurt. BA said post-game Brady knew the down, but video says different. Pretty sure coaching thought it was 3rd down based on the play call. They only needed 5 yards, and everyone went deep. Yeah, I don't understand that. Thank you. Absolute destroyed the momentum. Johnny Dean, every quarterback has to keep track of a down and distance. Brady has the option to change the call. The rest were just bad. Hello, Smith still sucks, says Earl.
It's been 5 minutes,
Right.
but he still sucks.
Gotta bring it up.
Earl Harris III, love that guy. Webhead. Roger Shoe says Mac. Yes, Khalil Mack. Leftwich is to recognize when the guards are getting torched. Add extra blockers, change to quick slants, screen passes, etc. Earl Harris, secondary is the weakest link. Not ready to say that yet, but there were times tonight where they did get burned. Also, Carlton Davis made a play. I don't think they got burned.
I
on
don't think they're the
big-time
weakest
plays.
link at all on this team.
I think they have some work to do like everybody else on this defense.
I still think they're one of the strongest parts of the team.
Mike says Smith needs to be cut. I mean, I know how many times you guys are going to say it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Shaq Barrett was robbed on that roughing the passer call, says Otto. We beat ourselves with these stupid penalties. Change the game. Brian says, I agree, but if you're being told in your helmet as you're running a hurry-up offense after the middle of the field, gain it, would be easy to assume what down it is. Very, very confusing. Jensen is a hothead. Ben Cornett, at this point, Brady needs to take the play sheet that Leftwich uses and stick it up every hole Byron has on his body. Just saying, says Ben Cornett, a troll. I mean, do we like that? I guess.
That was a good one. I like that.
All right, we'll fire the cannons for that. Even though Ben Cornett, once again, trolling from Las Vegas. Great show, guys. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Roger Shoe, Green Bay comes in next week. Get ready for the beatdown. By who? The Bucs or the Packers? I don't know what you're saying there. If we can get healthy, they still have a shot to win the South. They do. Yeah. Okay, ladies, keep your wood to yourselves. As soft as our secondary is, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a field day. This is not a Super Bowl team, says Otto. Did Fournette even play? He did not.
No, he didn't.
Offensive line is a hot mess.
Yes.
Rojo had another 100-yard game.
Sure did.
Super Bowl team, child, please. Bowles needs to go. He went all Chad Johnson. I know what it meant. Earl Harris Jr. Screw you. How about that? Bowles needs to go. Mike. What? Mike's firing everybody now. Mike's ready to fire the commentators, the refs, Donovan Smith, Todd Bowles. I mean, you're going to fire Todd Bowles tonight off of this game. I mean, you act like he was Mike Smith in this game. They didn't get blown out 48-10. Relax here, Mike. Relax. Goodness gracious, guys. Refs need to get fired. There you go. Is that Captain Ron calling from his boat? Who knows? Maybe he fell off his boat by now. Get Mike Smith back. Oh, my God. Please, Johnny Dean. Brady had a senior moment. Milo says, anyone saying Todd Bowles needs to go doesn't know football. Thank you. Tim, line of the night. The Bears didn't score because Foles is trash. It's our secondary wasn't playing 10 yards off the receivers and having zero ball awareness when it's literally wobbling through the air. We might have won. Milo says, on the bright side, 10 days off could get some positions healthy again. There you go. There's the bright side. This guy calls in the Morse code. Brady was very upset with the old line. I don't know what that's about. Hope Brady isn't concussed. He got hit a lot, and that might explain confusion.
He got hit 11 times tonight.
Yes, he did. Got hit and hurried and sacked. Donovan Smith likes to play flag football. If the penalties were called evenly, then it would be a different story. Bears had so many late hits, holding, etc. I don't know who this is calling restricted. I'm scared to take this call. Welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. You're on with yours truly, along with Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay, Philip Schwegler, editor-in-chief of Bucs Report. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say 1, 2, 3, 4.
Great. All right. Well,
that was.
And this is what you get for that. I don't know what that was.
That was 30 seconds of my life that I will never get
Is
back.
that Count Dracula?
I thought it was going to be funny.
Count Chocula.
Was that Count? Was that the Count
One,
from Sesame Street?
Yeah.
I mean, that's for what the hell was that? Is Jesus calling in? Who knows? That was sloppy play. It was, dude. That was 2020 FSU.
All right.
Yikes!
Stay off of there.
Agree. That was BS.
We're at basketball school.
Tom said, "Will you shut up?" Thank you for bringing that up, Byron Leftwich laughing. Exactly, says Milo. Yes, thank you. Yeah, they're going to call in. They're going to call the play, and it's obvious from the play call, everyone went deep. Only needed 5 yards. Thank you, Jesus, for the excellent point. You're welcome. I don't know who Jesus is, but it wasn't a foul. Ben Cornett, I get BA loves his Byron Leftwich, but this is blind loyalty at this point. Rio, Donovan Smith equals trash left tackle, beat like a drum all night. He was playing for the sack. The reason he was throwing off his back foot was because of the pressure.
Yeah,
he literally hit him as he released the ball.
I agree.
NFL Network is re-showing Wirfs getting that hip toss by Quinn all over again. Which, by the way, I didn't know we were watching WWE. Look, I get it. WWE is on the Fox Network and SmackDown is on Friday night, but that was a wrestling move. How's that not called as a penalty? I have no idea, but whatever. Good job, refs. Way to go. Lens Crafters is calling for you tomorrow. Rewind the DVR. Look at the little 6 separation from Foles' hand and Barrett making contact. Same old Bucs, says Mark. Oh, yeah, same old Bucs. No deep ball attempts, Tyler. Let's see here. Milo says the defense won't be the same the rest of the season without Vita. The nose is the key to Bowles' scheme and starts up front. Agree. Still don't know why they cut AQ Shipley. If our defense could have made one stop, but no, we play nickel and dime and get torched on the short throw. Is it Bowles or Bowles? I don't know.
Toilet bowl.
The fourth down, he had Vaughn for the first down. Blake is looking pale tonight. I don't know. Was Blake on there before?
That's from the sports web.
I don't know. We beat ourselves. Great. Yeah, he did. But if he thought it was third, he was trying to preserve the game clock, was already running due to Vaughn's last catch. Brady just said he was thinking chunk play instead of taking the first down, which I don't understand. Take the first down. And, you got a guy that's had a lot of fourth quarter comebacks.
I thought it was going to happen
47 or whatever. Yeah.
43, I think it was. Yeah. Who gives a cap about stats they lost? Who gives a crap about stats they lost? Okay, Tyler. They were clear. Communication was fourth down. They would have gone short. Real Patrick Beck won. Only person to blame is Jason Light for drafting most of this offensive line. Come on, guys. We're blaming Jason
Light's back in the doghouse again.
Oh,
the
my
end
God.
of the world as we
know
it.
Byron Roy, Brady just said he was thinking chunk play instead of taking the first down. You got Cedric Robinson, GM of the Deck Bar and Grill. Thanks a lot for having us tonight. We'll see you in about 10 days, buddy. 10 days, yeah.
11-5's looking good.
There you go. Well, maybe 11-5. Maybe they will be. Maybe this galvanizes the team and gets them to play better football. They have to. They have to play cleaner. Exactly, especially when he thought it was third down. He would have gone short if he knew it was the last play. High percentage versus low percentage chunk play. 16-19 pressures on Brady came from a 4-man rush. Let's go out to the phone call here. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay, Philip Schwagler, editor-in-chief of Bucs Report. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Ed calling back from Palm Harbor.
Yeah.
I hear all the time on the groups about how Jason Light sucks. Let me tell you something. He got us some great players, man.
Yeah,
there's no reason to call out Jason Light. Okay, you're going to get bad drafts. You're going to get bad picks. You never know what anybody's going to do until they get out on the field and show you.
That's it. And look, Donovan Smith is not the fans' choice for offensive lineman of the year. Let's just put that out there. He struggled.
Is he a Jason Light pick?
He is a Jason Light pick. Yes.
Second round.
Second round. They draft Ali Marpet, third round.
Winston's protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Brady's prediction, not too good. But look, it was not just him tonight. It was the entire offensive line was not good.
I mean, even the veteran, the center, Jensen, I mean, he did some stupid crap. And some of these, I guess people are afraid to get in his face because he's such a big, nasty-looking guy.
Well, I don't think Tom
yeah.
Brady's going to – I don't think Tom Brady's scared to get into his face, and I definitely know the coaching staff is not afraid to get into his face. And most likely when they see the tape tomorrow, when they go back, because we don't know what happens in the locker room, but you got to think there's going to be some accountability here where you have to cut down on the stupid stuff with headbutting after the whistle and doing all this nonsense that basically costs you 15 yards and gives the other possession to the team and gives them second life for a first down. That's what you got to cut out for, because when you don't cut down on that, or if you do that during a drive, which happened tonight many a times, promising drives, but then all of a sudden it was 3rd and 10, or it was 1st and 10, now it's 1st and 20, or 2nd and 27, or 3rd and 29. You got to throw the ball, or you got to be conservative. So it takes away the momentum. You've got to get out of that. They've got stuff to clean up, especially on the offensive line. That was the question mark. And overall, I thought the offensive line throughout these games have played well. Tonight, they faced a defense that was definitely headhunting, getting after Brady, and you were worried about this matchup from the get-go. And the offensive line, first half, I think, played good. Second half, not so much. Not so much.
Well, here's what we've seen over the past, even when they've won games, we've been seeing where they would start out fast and then they would go flat.
Right.
And then something the defense did pulled the offense back into a rhythm somehow. I don't know how the defense could do that, but they would either get a turnover or something, and then bam, the offense is up again.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's causing that. I don't know if maybe they're just going too conservative when they get a lead.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the play call, guys. Again, you have to explain it to me.
Yeah.
You only take 16 seconds to the second to the last. You've got Ronald Jones going. I get it. He stopped, but you play the percentages. You play the win the game. If you're up 19-17, you take as much time off the clock, or you try to accomplish the first down, because if you can do that, then you take timeouts, and then it becomes much more difficult to drive the field. But instead, you only take 16 seconds off the clock. The Bears still have their timeouts. They're able to go down there. And even still, the defense had their opportunities to close out the game, couldn't get it done. And again, you give a good team, and the Bears right now look like they're a good team, 4-1. You give those opportunities to a good team, they're going to take advantage of it, and they did tonight. So good stuff, man. Thanks a lot for the call.
My humble personal opinion,
yes,
if you got all your weapons, there's no reason why this team can't score 50 points a game.
Well, again,
No
right, there's no reason, but you got to have two healthy wide receivers on the field. They didn't really have that tonight.
When they have their weapons,
correct.
When they have their weapons on the field,
right. Agree. Good stuff, man. Appreciate it. We'll fire the cannons.
Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot for calling in. What's going on?
Yeah, so Greg Allman, all right, Greg's awesome with these tweets.
Sure.
Said yardage needed for Bucs on third downs in the second half, the entire second half tonight. 21 yards, 15 yards, 27 yards, 17 yards, 12 yards, and 6 yards.
What
They
do we
only converted one of those.
What do we talk about in the pregame show? Keeping those third down situations manageable, because if you're not 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, even 3rd and 9, you're into those 13 with 27.
27.
I mean, what
the hell is that?
We were up 13-0 in the first half, and I think we were 5 for 5 on our first third down conversions.
Sure.
I thought it was 5 for 5 or 4 for 5.
It was like,
but the second half, when you're that many yards behind, the defense can do whatever they want to, and that's the situations you definitely don't want to embrace. And unfortunately, the Bucs they shot themselves in the foot tonight. Self-destruct Bucs. Let's keep on reading these comments, and we'll get out of here because it has been a late night. I know. I think you wanted to get the get down the field when the clock was running, but it's obvious he thought it was third down. He said he knew it was fourth, but he was thinking chunk play. Okay, we read that. They're trying to save face. If he knew, he would have been standing around with his four. I mean, I guess he was 4 horsemen or something. I don't know. He's doing the 4 thing. You're a wrestling fan. You know what I'm talking about. If not, you're lost. I would have ran the ball after Jones' long run. Would you shut up? Games like Rams, Chiefs, Packers, and Saints again look like for sure L's. I'm not sure if they're for sure L's. if they play the way they did tonight,
Oh
then
my!
yes, they
It's
could.
5 games in the
5
season.
games in the season.
Five
They're
games.
for sure else. Oh my God, they're for sure else.
Oh my goodness!
Jeez,
They're missing how many players on offense? How banged up were they?
Right.
I mean,
you
come
had
on.
Tyler Johnson for God's sakes in the first half, who showed out, and then second half got shut down.
Nothing.
You didn't have Mike Evans. You have Mike Evans catch a 2-yard touchdown.
That's it.
But he was largely ineffective either because he wasn't healthy, which he didn't look like he was healthy,
Yeah.
or you give credit to where credit is due. That's a hell of a defense, and we talked
It's
about
a top defense in the league.
Yes. I mean, that's the standard.
If he reads the right shoulder on that long bomb.
Yeah. Oh,
God,
no.
that was a
That's
game
another
changer.
missed opportunity.
And again, it was where it was thrown and the coverage was decent. It was tight. But if he reads it right over the right shoulder.
But what's the difference on that? You watch the replay on that, guys? There was a defender right in Brady's face and hit his arm. So,
yeah. Ball didn't have all the power to
Yep,
go right in front. Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
I think it's a broken leg, says Milo. Okay, well, you're the ambassador of positivity there. Hopefully, it's not right. I'll just say this: everyone
Put him down.
Everyone loves Thursday night football. If the Bucs won tonight, yo, Ben, you know what? I'm gonna get the. How about that? Okay. No stuff there. All right, Captain Obvious. But Thursday night football is not that good. It's not. It's not a good thing. I mean, I like football on Thursday nights, but the play is not good because the players are not able to rest. That's what we're talking about. Donovan Smith, I'm done with him. Good Lord, says Tyler. I'm bitching about Thursday night games. They are sloppy as hell and always favor the home team, not to mention the toll it takes on players.
It's everyone in the Bucs, and you have a kicker that can't freaking make a field
Tom
goal.
says,
Sorry.
that's okay. Gronk needs to drink some milk, man. He got hit once and went right to the sideline. Laugh out loud. Well, I don't think that was his only hit of the night, but it was a tough hit. He was in there blocking, too. He didn't play bad. Why are they making a big deal out of Foles being 2-0 against Brady?
Because it gets clicks.
Because you just paid attention to it and told us that they were making a big deal, so they got you. The same reason why we try to push your red buttons here on the Sports Web. Christopher Cole, that narrative is so ridiculous. Both wins were because of his defense. Tom Ferguson, absolutely. Christopher Cole, I believe that our defense was being too conservative at times. Let's see, Michael. The team is totally lost. The only good of bringing Brady in was to drive the Seamus. I guess this is Jameis. Seamus
my
out of
boy
town.
Seamus.
We are a effing 4-12 team. Fire the GM. Okay, Michael.
Can you do the button on that one?
I could definitely.
That's
do
a
the
button thing.
Really? Fire the team? Fire everybody? Michael, what are you drinking tonight? Give me some of it.
Not the Kool-Aid.
Jeez. Fire the GM. They're 4-12. Got to score more than 19 to beat Green Bay. Agree with that. Explain how you let a pitiful offense look so damn good with 6-yard passes. Todd, WTF.
Wheel route.
Matt got a penalty. Yes, the wheel route. Yes, Matt got a penalty on the sack on Brady. That was a bad call. He had his hands up and barely touched Brady, so bad calls were all over. Yes, the refs sucked, but professional athletes shouldn't leave a game up to a ref. That's fair. Taco Maniac 444 says hi.
What's up?
I guess that's from the Twitch channel there. Can I give you guys a crazy dare? No. I don't want a crazy dare. This isn't Double Dare. This isn't Billy Madison. You're not going to double dare me, okay? Fire the cannons. I will do that for you. Can I give you a crazy dare? Can I give you a crazy dare? Shut the hell up. Laugh out loud, says Milo. Even though we sucked huge balls tonight, I still love this team. Go Bucs. I don't know why I read that.
It's 1 a.m. It's okay. We do have an MA
it's
rating.
4
so.
a.m. It's Khalil Mack get Defensive Player of the Week.
Closing
Closing time. Does Donovan Smith get credit for the assist? Milo, with all that went wrong in the offensive line, rest, play calling, etc. If Godwin was healthy and plays, the Bucs win the game. Christopher Cole, just shut up and play ball. Okay. Johnny Dean, the offense hurts without Godwin for sure. Every week, Leftwich is calling for too many pass plays. Run the damn ball. They did that
They
tonight.
ran the ball.
The Bucs went back to being predictable in offense when they didn't mix up their play calling. Did you see the difference when the Bucs threw the ball deep on running plays? Blake, that's what Blake said there. We'll read the rest of these comments and get out of here for the night, guys. You're doing a show on it tomorrow, Blake Anthony. He may. I might have to after this. Johnny Dean, we will talk about this on your show then. The wind is trying to blow up. There goes the light. That's knocked out there, so we don't have any light on the right side. You got to love that.
I got it, Phil.
Yeah, go ahead and get
the
that.
strongest gust of wind all night.
Strongest gust
Get out of here.
It's basically telling us right now, Mother Nature is saying, look, you bitches, we're tired of you being on air. You've been on all night long blabbering about absolutely nothing. You've been cursing all night long. You've been talking about the Bucs and how great they are, and they just got smacked around by Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears defense. Shut the hell up and get out of here. So I listened to Mother Nature, a.k.a. Tom Brady, a.k.a. Tampa Bay.
At least you didn't tell me to suck balls.
You know, they have pills for when you hear things that nobody else hears about.
I don't know what you just said. Honestly, I just hope we can get things under control, says Alyssa. Right now is when the Bucs will hurt your feelings. Yeah. Unbelievable. Good start, then sadness the rest of the season. Alyssa, I feel so bad for you. I feel like I should be playing Careless Whisper after that. It's okay, Alyssa. They're going to get better. Will you shut up and be quiet? I didn't tell you to sing it, and I didn't tell you to sing it.
I didn't sing it.
It's your fault.
I didn't for not saying anything from a good friend.
Exactly. Never going to dance again.
Never gonna dance again.
When the Bucs go on a 5-game win streak, everyone will be back to talking Super Bowl.
Super home.
Super Bowl. Yeah, super home. He said that. I wouldn't call Super Bowl just yet, says Alyssa. Thanks a lot for tuning into the Evolution. I always like women to tune into the sports web, even though we're giving out relationship advice. And once again, if you have a wife that's a Bears fan and you teased her all week long, look, buddy, you're going to have to pay the piper now. You're going to have to take her out to that extravagant dinner, wine her and dine her, and hopefully this one doesn't knock down this light because I'm out of here if it does.
We're out anyway.
We are definitely out of here. Start the week with Victory Monday and finish it with Flush It Friday.
That's the best comment of the night. We now have a new best comment of the night.
Oh, God.
Flush It Friday.
You guys are too much. All right, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay. Final thoughts.
The road gets harder. I mean, this team has to find its wheels, and we've got 10 days. The Packers have 14. And again, like I said, we go from the Packers to out to Vegas, then again on Monday night against the Giants, then the Saints, and then we start the LA and then the Kansas City. So this schedule, we like this schedule, 2020 schedule. We got some great teams we're playing against, but this offensive line is going to have to find itself, and we're going to have to get healthy if we're going to have that success.
Phil Schwegler.
Yeah, get healthy. Get Chris Godwin back. Figure out what's going on with Vita Vea. Have a good game plan for Green Bay, okay? Do not let Aaron Rodgers pick you apart. That's all I got to say.
It's ball just control. One game. I know it's a cliche, but guys, don't lose your minds. They could have beaten the Bears tonight. It would have been a different story. You guys still would have been bitching about it, but just think of it this way. You get 10 days off, okay? You get a chance to rest, get all your guys back, and you face a potent team in the Green Bay Packers. Hopefully the Bucs bring their best game as they fall tonight to 3-2. They lose to the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field 20-19 on Thursday Night Football. Johnny Dean, one more call, buddy.
Oh, boy.
One
Johnny
call
Dean.
away, and we will get you.
I was going to go home, Johnny Dean.
Johnny Dean, the professor.
I know you guys were going home. I just had to bring this up.
Yes.
Just one thing.
Yes.
Remember all that time I was talking about depth and how we don't have the depth?
Mm-hmm.
And you kept telling me, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Well, this is what happens when you don't have depth. That's why I did not pick a Super Bowl or bust along with you.
Well, I think, look, you lose your two top receivers. No team is going to, when they lose your two top receivers, they're not going to have a third receiver that could come in and play like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. To be fair, at some certain positions, the offensive line, namely, they aren't strong there. But you look at the tight end situation with Cameron Brate stepping up tonight. Tanner Hudson got some looks.
Hudson, yeah.
Rob Gronkowski.
Tanner Hudson, hold on. Tanner Hudson, which I like Tanner Hudson, but he was part of the problem on the O-line, dude. He gave up. He couldn't block a flea, dude.
Well, he's not good. He's not a good blocker. I mean, I feel like they have
his first time playing, really.
Well,
right?
I mean, you've had some play, but he's never been a good blocker. He's always a pass catcher, and if you're going to have that 12 or 13 personnel, you definitely got to block better, especially if you're committed to the run or you're pass protecting, helping out a Donovan Smith. So
they got a tight end going through COVID testing. So we'll see what happens.
I feel like we're all going through COVID training at this point.
I don't even know what COVID is at this point.
I have no idea.
How to get COVID. Okay.
I don't know if you mentioned the breaking news. They're moving games to Monday and Tuesday. So who doesn't want to see more Monday night and Tuesday night football with teams that don't have their superstars? amazing to me.
I don't want to see them like this as long as they have a break period in there and let them actually.
Well, can somebody tell Tennessee to stay their asses at home? I mean, just really stay at home. Don't be going out.
The league should forfeit their games, dude.
Well,
they really should.
It may get to that. Stop touching yourself like that.
It's my chest. I'm an old man. I'm the oldest man out here.
What do you
It's time to go.
What do you got?
We're getting weird. We're getting weird.
Where are my hands
We're
now?
cheering everybody up right before they go to bed.
God, I got you, man. I got to make you guys feel better here. It's like the end of the world. Fire Bulls. I had a guy tonight. I think it's Michael. He said, "Fire Bulls. Fire Donovan Smith. Fire everybody. We're 4-12." I'm like, wait a minute. You're 3-2.
Fire the GM.
Fire the GM. Fire everybody. Fire them.
Fire the cannons.
Fire the cannons. There you go. We'll fire the cannons. Right there. That's what we'll fire.
All right, Johnny.
All right, Johnny Dean. Appreciate you.
Have a good night, guys.
All right. There you go. So, yeah, everybody relax. It's going to feel bad tomorrow when you wake up. Of course, it's going to feel bad.
It's Friday, though. It is Friday.
It's payday. Payday. It's payday for some people. And I have to pay up. I have to buy barbecue for a obnoxious guy who is a Bears fan, but congratulations, Roger Shoe. So we'll just leave it at that. Congratulations. And the Bucs don't pull it out tonight. We'll see what they can do versus the Green Bay Packers. Keep it here on Bucs Report for the great editor-in-chief of Bucs Report, Mr. Philip Schwegler. For Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay, Cup of Ray. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Bucs fall to 3-2 as they lose a heartbreaker to the Chicago Bears, 20-19. On this early Friday morning, do three things for me and write them down. There'll be a quiz afterwards, probably on Monday, with Al Keck, the Tampa Bay sports broadcasting legend. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Have a good night, and the world is not going to end. The Bucs will be back, and we'll be back covering them here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television, powered by 320solar.com on Bucs Report. See you later. Evolution. Sports Talk Television live here nightly. All Bucs Report. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about on tonight's show. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Will you shut up and be quiet?
Come to Sam Ash for hundreds of exclusive holiday deals on music and sound gear from the most iconic brands. Save big on professional starter guitars, drums, digital pianos, horns, violins, DJ, and electronic production equipment. Supercharge your home studio with deals on podcasting, streaming, and AV equipment like speakers, microphones, headphones, and acoustic treatment. Plus, with 36 months no-interest financing on thousands of items, you can get the gear of your dreams right now. From our incredible selection and service to our lowest price guarantee for over 95 years, real musicians know you only go to Sam Ash.